All right. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Justin with visuallycreepedtv, and today I got a kind of a different video for you guys. I want to kind of go over one of the pieces of equipment that I use out in the field while I'm doing videos, and kind of like there's kind of like this back and forth argument whether or not I should be using this specific piece of equipment. And we're specifically talking about the P-SB7 Spirit box. Okay, it is a ITC research device, is what it says on the box. You might be familiar with this. You might have seen it on shows like Ghost Adventures. It's a pretty popular one. It's been around for quite some time. So we're going to talk about this piece of equipment and why I use this piece of equipment. And also going to talk about that I think I've actually been using this thing all wrong. Now, when it comes to experimenting with certain devices and certain paranormal equipment, nothing is confirmed to be 100% genuine and proven. It's basically you're doing your own research. So I want to kind of just talk about this and explain to you why I use it and what I learned that I'm going to be applying to my future videos when I'm out there exploring and especially places like cemeteries and whatnot. Basically, so yes, this is the P-SB7 Spirit box. Now, you guys have seen me use this in my videos before. I'll pull this out. This is basically connected to a Bluetooth speaker, okay? But this has to be hardwired into this device because this itself is not Bluetooth compatible. So I basically been using it with this speaker, and there is an antenna that when you get this, when you buy one of these, it comes with an antenna, so it basically sits on top of here. Now, I removed this antenna right when I got it. And you guys may or may not be familiar with this term. They called it the Zach Bagans mod. And the reason why that is because in a few episodes on Ghost Adventures, I mean, this is where I learned it from. They removed the FM antenna. So this is specifically the FM antenna, okay? It has an internal AM antenna, but this is the FM antenna. So the first thing I did when I bought this is I removed it, okay? And the reason why I did that is because I believed that you needed to clear out and get as much white noise out this box as possible. Okay, so when it's playing, you'll hear the, you know, the in between, it'll sound like the okay, and then you would obviously you'd get radio reception if you had the antenna on, and you get stations clicking through really fast, right? So my thought was, or my belief was, is that I would actually eliminate the radio stations as much as possible, get into this device and actually get into contamination with any kind of words coming from those radio stations. So I removed the antenna, and that was something that I watched, and I've seen a few other paranormal investigators do that. And so that's how I've been using this thing for like over a year now. I find out that that's not the way to use it, and I've been using this thing all wrong. Now, if you guys see my last video, I'm in a cemetery with my friend Jenny. I actually put this thing inside of a case that we call a Faraday cage, right? Which completely eliminates any reception getting to this device. Completely eliminates all the waves from a radio station's tower to get to this. Because I believe that it should be nothing but white noise, because I believe that the white noise gives a spirit energy to be able to communicate with you. But what I learned from his name is AngryjunTV, okay? I want you guys to go check him. I'm going to put him down in the description below. You guys go check out his channel. He pretty much is, he does a lot of different type of videos of calling out people who are not genuine in the paranormal field. So I'll put that link down in the description. But he's also a very seasoned and experienced paranormal investigator, and he gave me some advice. He says not to put this in a Faraday cage. You do not want to block the reception from this. And you also want to run it in AM, okay? So this device right here has an FM and AM, okay, and you sweep it either reverse or backwards. So what I've been doing was actually putting it, let me remove this, so it's an FM now, and I've just been pretty much running it forward, okay, and you can change the rate of this, the speed, okay, so this is how I've been running it, and I never really got too many like good hits with this, like something that I can be like, yeah, that's absolutely a spirit voice. So what AngryjunTV was telling me, he's like, you want to be able to actually get the reception in there, and you want this antenna on it first of all. So I'm going to be installing that back in here. But you want to run it in AM, okay? And he told me the reason why you want to run it in AM and you want to run it in reverse. Now, actually, he wasn't really specific why I should run this in AM. But he said I want to run it in AM and go in reverse with it. And this is the way I should be running it. Now, it probably wouldn't matter if I had the FM antenna attached to it because it is on the AM antenna. Okay, so that's actually built in side of here. And once I take this apart, I'm going to put this back in like I said. But this is the way that he said I should run it. You can kind of hear it. I don't have the speaker connected to it now. So apparently I've been running this thing all wrong. And it's not like that I was running it wrong, but putting it in a Faraday cage, I did learn that I probably shouldn't do that, because then you're taking, if you're blocking this device from actually receiving any type of wave format or anything from a radio tower, not even just the radio towers, but a Spirit is energy itself too. So if you start blocking this off, they're not going to be able to use this. Okay? So they're not going to be able to use it, and that made sense to me. So thank you for that, AngryjunTV. You guys, I'm trying to learn as I go along, because I'm not considered a professional by any means. I mean, I just go out there and I film my experiences. So I found out I was using this all wrong. Now, not only am I going to put the antenna back, I'm going to start using this on AM, and I'm going to start experimenting this more on AM. I've never used this on AM. Now, there's a P-SB7, which is like a dual radio, and it sweeps like both stations, or you can have it both AM, both FM, if I'm correct, and you just get a bunch of just static noise coming through it. It's similar to this. It's like two of these, okay, in one box. I have not used that yet. I've never even used one in general. So basically, now, and this is a piece of equipment I do believe in, because you don't always get. I haven't always gotten results with this, okay? But I have gotten results with this. When it's sweeping really fast to a radio station, like really fast, at its fastest rate of speed, and you're getting words and they're intelligent, direct replies, you got to remember that it's sweeping through a station, I don't even know, by the millisecond, right? So if there's any full words or sentences, it has to sweep through those stations, or if something's talking through this, it's not the radio stations. It's something that's coming through, and especially if it's giving you a direct response. Now, I've had some luck with this in the past. I'm not always lucky with it though, and that's okay. So, yes, the P-SB7 Spirit box. I've been using it all wrong, and I just kind of want to throw it out there that I'll be using this device actually a lot more, and I'm going to be testing out the AM mode on it. I also get a lot of people telling me that, how come you don't use the Necrophonic app, or how come you don't, all these certain apps, okay, like phone applications, right, for Android and iOS. And, I'll show you guys right now. Hold on one second. As a matter of fact, I do have the Necrophonic somewhere in here. I believe I do. Here it is, okay? And you guys are probably familiar with this. A lot of people are using this. But I'm going to tell you why I don't use this as much. And now I'm not going to say never use it, because 2 videos ago, I did use this in my 7 Bridges video when I was with Ashley and Jenny. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you what my problem with the phone apps are. Okay? Basically, these things, and I'll play it. Let me see if I can get it going here. I don't have my volume up. Okay? So basically, it's just a echo or a reverb you can add. There's voices that come through here. Okay? And they're chopped up words. They could be chopped up partial English words, words in different languages, music, things of that nature. Okay? So you guys are probably familiar with this. And I get a lot of you asking me, like, why don't you use the Necrophonic app? Okay, well, I've tried it just to kind of give you guys a satisfaction, like, hey, I did try this. But my issue with these apps, right? And I don't know, I'm going to go way back here. There was an app similar to this. It was called Echovox. And that one I did use, and I did get results with that one. Okay? So basically, these are apps that have sound banks. They're repeated sound banks. So at some point, this thing loops. Okay? And you'll hear the same stuff. Whereas the SB7 Spirit box, it sweeps through radio stations and it sweeps through quite a few of them. You're never really going to get the same loop when it goes back to that first radio station that it started off at, whereas these are sound banks that are built into here. And I know the intention, and I'm not knocking the Necrophonic. I'm not saying that I don't trust this. All I'm saying is that we don't know if this thing can, like, if phone apps have the capability of reading, like, you know, your phone book menu or your text messages to say things, you know, because apps can be pretty sophisticated and the technology in phones now are just crazy. But you also, my main thing is that, remember, it is a word bank basically in here. And it could be a combination of different languages. It could be a combination of partial words. Or when they designed this, it could be like they used like cut up words and they just like started looping everything. And that's pretty much what Echovox was, but you can control Echovox more, whereas this is just a stop and start button. So I don't generally like to use phone apps because of the fact that they use sound banks and that they're repeated. Okay, at some point this loops. At some point this loops back. Okay, so to me it's almost like you could technically get false positives with this. Whereas with the SB7 Spirit box, it's live, it's, you know, it's sweeping through radio stations, but if there's anything coming through those radio stations, it's unlikely that you're going to get the same words or the same replies with that, unless something, you know, intelligent or something's coming through it, like a spirit or such. I just trust this more. And this is used in a lot of professional paranormal groups. If you guys really think about this, you don't really ever see, you know, I mean, I'm not going to say that like TV's real or fake or whatever. I know that, you know, networks are kind of hyped up, but you don't really ever see them using stuff like this on phone apps, ever. There's a reason for that, because they know that these are sound banks and they know that they repeat. Now, it could be a bank of 6,000 words, 12,000 words. And yeah, it takes a while to play back and repeat. But that's the reason why I don't use these phone apps in my videos, is because they're too new, and I really don't feel like they're genuine as far as being able to pick up spirit voices, just for the fact that they are loops in a sound bank. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about, guys. So yeah, I mean, everyone's going to have their own opinion on stuff like this, you know, but the main complaint with these is that it's hard to hear words through these. The proper way to use a SB7 is basically you should have a voice recorder so you can play it back later. Because when this is playing live, it's hard to catch anything, and you could even still get false positives. Like I said, you're experimenting basically with a device like this, or with a phone app. You're experimenting. So, but this I trust a little bit more, just because of the evidence that has been captured with this, with all sorts of paranormal groups. So that is why I use this a lot more than I do like the Necrophonic or any other phone app that's created. And if you guys really pay attention, the phone apps, if you really, and I haven't looked into the Necrophonic one yet, but if you look in the description of these phone apps, a lot of them are just for entertainment purposes only. Most of them are. There's very few that will tell you that it is a ghost, it is a legit spirit detecting device. There's a reason for that, because the guy who made it, or the girl that made it, whoever, doesn't want to get sued. So that's how I feel about it. I trust this a little bit more, and I'm going to try to make this work a lot better. And like I said, what bothers people mostly about this is the sweeping and the white noise coming through here. But I believe that the white noise gives, if there is a spirit or something intelligent on the other side, that gives it the energy to be able to speak through something like this. It's a theory, but it's a very popular theory. And I think these are very useful out in the field if you use one. This specific one, you guys, I mean, when I got this one, by the way, it came with this speaker. This is a very nice speaker that you can connect this to. This with the P-SB7 Spirit box and the speaker, it was like $90. And I believe I got it, I can't remember, I got mine at Ghost Stop. I'll put a link down in the description where I got this. It's actually a good price. I think it's even cheaper on Ghost Stop right now. So Like I said, don't remove your antenna. Keep the antenna on there. That's my suggestion. I've had mine off the whole time, but I'm going to actually put that back on here. I don't think I need to show you guys that process. If you guys, I have another video where I actually show you how to take this out, actually. So if you go in my video section, you'll see me actually rip this thing apart, and you'll see that I took this out. So, but I don't recommend that you leave it out or take it out. Just leave it the way it comes as is. There's a reason for it. Make sure you go check out my membership section that is now active and live. You guys can become members and watch my videos a day early that I release in the future. Go check that out. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to this video. Make sure you click the like button, comment. Let me know what you think of this, by the way. What do you guys use? You guys use the P-SB7, the P-SB7? Do you guys use the Necrophonic? Like I said, I'm not knocking any specific device. This is just what I like to use mostly. So let me know what you guys use. I just kind of wanted to give a little bit of education on this because I also learned something and I wanted to share it with you guys. So those of you that actually go out there, you know, have a little bit of education yourselves too. I don't know, maybe you know more than I do. Who knows? But anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'm gonna see you in the next video.